All right, so let's talk about this tin life.
Oh, that's the only life, bro. Blood, sweat, and tin. Like I got
Blood,
cuts.
sweat, and tin.
I got the cuts in my hands, but
So
I got the money in my pocket, so too. Bro.
So how'd you get into this? Like, how'd you get into like the tin life?
Well, honestly, this back when I was a young boy, back when I first holy shit, I probably would have been about 11 or something, like around there. And my mom, she was single, doing her thing, whatever, and she had some guy she was seeing. And this guy showed up at my house one day, and he's like wearing this Ultramar, I think, as uniform from work. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, because he looked like he was professional to me. I mean, I was like,
yeah.
So I asked him, and he's like, oh, I do heating and air conditioning. And he's like, when you get older, he's like, that's something you should get into, because when you're older, everything's gonna have it. The malls are gonna have it. The schools are gonna have it. I'm like, what? Because back in the day when I was young, not everybody didn't have AC. It wasn't so hot like that.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's like unsafe to not have AC in places. Like people start passing out, right? So,
right.
So then that's
almost like your house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep it. Everybody calls it Cuba. Right?
Oh yeah. It's bad. Like I probably like.
Oh, it's nice.
Since I haven't been over so much, I probably started gaining some of this weight back. Cause like I probably lost quite a bit of weight.
When I get out of the shower, it just blow dries me. Like my bathroom is so hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's how I like it.
For sure.
So then what happened is that stuck in my head for years and years.
Yeah.
And then I worked at Tamarack and did my thing. And then when I left there is actually when I moved to Brantford. And then I was just starting to look for a job. And I was like, man, like I'm in Tamarack, I drove a large forklift, a stacker. I did all this stuff. And then I come out trying to find a new job. And I realized like I have no qualifications technically on.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get a ticket. And then that's when I remember this guy. I was like, oh, I should look in heat and air conditioning. So what I did is I just picked up the phone book and I started looking for heating and air conditioning companies, and I just started calling them all individually, like, hi, my name's Ross, I'm trying to get into an apprenticeship, are you guys offering? They'd be like, no, sorry, blah blah blah. So then eventually the one girl says to me, sorry, no, we're not, but I know that Cliff Walsh is offering sheet metal apprenticeships. So I'm like, okay. And I called him up, and he's like, hey, you guys offering apprenticeships? And he's like, well, actually, I just lost an apprentice and I'm looking for a guy. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, can I come up for an interview? And that day I remember to this day, it was a super bad snowstorm. And he's like, okay, yeah, you can come up for an interview, but just wait till Monday. He says, bad out today. And I said, no. I said, if I work, I got to come today. Like, I mean, if the weather's shit, I got to come to work. I said, so I'll come today if you're available. So he says, okay, you know what? Okay, come. So then I went for my interview, and then that's where it started, bud. The 10 life. And that's it now. 15 years.
See, like the little gem there you said? Like the little gem there you said it was a bad day out. And like a lot of people, like, and here he offered for you to come another day.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have just went the other day.
No, I had to show him I wanted it, right?
The gem is right there of like saying, hey, you know, I want it now.
I agree. That's I felt like I didn't want to give up the opportunity too, right? I thought, what happens if we pick somebody else calls tomorrow morning or something?
So like what were the first things you were doing like when you got in there to earn the apprenticeship?
I remember my first actual task. I remember that also too. I came and I had to do some caulking. There was a bunch of they made some curbs, like a curb adapter, and I had to come and I had to caulk them all up and that. And I knew how to caulk because I did a little bit of concrete between Tamarack and then starting this. I did a little bit of construction. It was what made me really realize I didn't want to be in a factory all the time. So then I had to do a caulking job, and then after that, I basically worked with the guy who owned the company, Cliff, all the time. I was with him. We doing a lot of kitchen exhaust. I went straight, just threw me right into it. I was going commercial industrial sheet metal. So I'm like hanging ductwork. I'm up in the lifts all of a sudden, the skyjacks, the zoom booms. So right away it was just challenging, and it was always something new. And then I see an unlimited potential for me to grow, where I wasn't going to feel complacent. And I was working towards my ticket. Yeah. So that's when.
So how long did it take to get your ticket?
Yeah, your apprenticeship is generally 5 years, 9,000 hours. So you get 1,800 hours a year towards your apprenticeship, and then you do 3 levels of school during that 5 years.
1,800, is that just like a regular like 40-hour?
Yeah. Well,
so if you do overtime, you could get it.
They don't count though.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter. You could that's what the thing is. With the company I work now, we work lots of hours, but the apprentice, they still only from this date to this date. It doesn't matter if you work 3,000 hours, you're only getting counted for. Yeah. Whereas before. That's what I've been told anyways. Whereas before, you could try to get through your apprenticeship quicker, but there's I heard that they changed all that shit with this college of trades. It's a lot more government stuff now. Okay. But so basically, you're 1,800 hours a year, 5 years, and then you have to do 3 levels of school at like Mohawk College. I did it at for 8 weeks at a time. And that was the worst thing I hated was the school. That was the hardest part for me is going to the school.
Yeah.
Playing like I was like, oh my god, I used to skip so much school, and they're like, if you miss 3 days, you're gonna fucking. I missed 21 days my first year, so I didn't pass my first year in my basic. But that's because I had life going on when I did my apprenticeship. I owned a house in Brantford and I had a girlfriend. And it was definitely different, but it was all worth it in the end now because now that I have my ticket,
now you have your ticket, and
now I'm a man in demand finally, right?
Okay, so like what what you said that you go up in the skyjacks. Like, is that how you get up? Like, so I just in the skyjacks, or is there other things like?
No, I do zoom booms, or sometimes we're in scaffolding. There's even last summer actually a couple of my
zoom booms. Those ones where like you're in like kind of like a little box and
you're in a little cage and it's like
yeah, okay.
But so you have your controls right there and you're just up. It's pretty fun actually, but unless you're on unstable ground, then it can get pretty shaky. But whatever.
I've been on skyjacks before.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
Well, doesn't your machine you drive kind of goes up and down too, doesn't it? The one you drive at work.
I stay on the ground.
Oh, okay. I thought I seen some of them where they actually it goes up too, and then you go walk right onto the and back off. I didn't know.
I'm just I stand in the same spot.
You stay grounded. You stay grounded. It's good. You stay grounded.
Yeah.
It's safer that way, and stuff could just fall on you. Then I guess.
Yeah. Like the other day, like I was at work and I had to grab something from a higher level, and the skid was broken. And I could see like the one part of it was like pretty sharp, and I was like, I was lifting it up so carefully because like I didn't want to like shake it a lot because I didn't want that like stick to fucking come down and
if you look at it, it's definitely gonna come right at your face.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, what's he looking at? Oh yeah, bang, right?
Exactly,
right in the eyeball, and you'll just watch it go.
I was like, man, I'm like, I need that skid. Skid's broken a little bit. I'm like, if I shake it too much, that piece is gonna fall off and.
But hey, that's the risk you take. You know what I mean? You're out there in the war field and you're making it happen.
Out there in the war field. I need to make that check. You know, I need to make that shit happen.
You got to risk your life sometimes.
That's
what you do. That's what you do. Yeah.
But yeah,
it makes it worth it, Eddie. You made it through the story. You lived.
Okay, so what are some of the places like? Yeah, you said like you do the malls. You do like
all industrial commercials. What I do.
Commercial.
So I do like a lot of hospitals, some schools, a lot of like car factories. Like this year I was doing one out in Milton where they're actually going to be pressing parts for the new Ford Ranger. So I had to do all the duct work. It's like a big addition they do onto their factory, and then I go in and basically what happens is my company gets the job, and then they give me the prints, and then they say how many guys you need or whatever, and then I got to go in and measure all my stuff up, and that's where the challenge comes in. Like sometimes like planning ahead and organizing everything, and there's always issues. If anybody's in construction, you guys know the engineers now just pass everything to us. Like it says on my print, to be confirmed by constructor, and they make so everything I'm liable. Like if I go there and there's a wall in the middle where they said they're not, and I don't see it, like until like I get to that section, they'll be like, oh, why didn't you see that wall? Like, why didn't you see the fucking wall? But like, you're the one who's got the ring and making all this money, but. So it's that's where the challenge comes. That's why it's always something different. I'm not doing the same thing every day. It's always, even though I'm always doing ductwork in general, but some days I might be venting like a boiler. Next days I might be doing a paint booth, the exhaust paint booth, and then I might be in an MRI room doing the exhaust. So
yeah, you need something that switches up. Like a lot of my job is very repetitive, but like to just there and stand on a line and be that repetitive, I could never handle that. Like you need something like you need to like your mind needs to like actually like turn on every once in a while, right?
I'll never forget when I was doing Toyota out in the Woodstock, and building it when it was being built.
Yeah.
And then when it was winding down, we were still there doing like a bunch of the final stuff. And then I seen all the like they were getting the workers to start working, and I seen like these guys that's just got a ratchet hanging there, and they go like jet, and then they let it hang there and wait for the next car. And, oh jet. I'm like, holy fuck! I'd be like jet. Like, I can't do
right, yeah.
So much respect to the guys that do that because it does have to be done, but that's where I'm not good at because I'm very, I don't know, if I was a kid today, I'd be ADHD or something. Maybe give me some kind of pills because I can't just sit there all day and I make people crazy or myself crazy.
For sure. So like,